Leading it off, Jackson Turner.
We are back here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tenderloins All-Stars. It is currently 7-3 in favor of the All-Stars. Jackson Turner up to bat. Unfortunately, my partner Jackson was not able to stay with us for the whole rest of the game. He has some on-field duties to take care of. So I will be with you for the rest of the game. I may be solo. I may have somebody to join me. We will see. Jackson Turner with the grounder there. Now up to bat, Haru Takekawa, our Japanese pitcher. He was the pitcher on 4th of July here at Phil Welch, and also got player of the game honors. He went 6 scoreless innings with 10 strikeouts. And if I remember correctly, what we said is that was the most so far this season in one game by a Mustangs pitcher. So a phenomenal performance out of him. So he'll take that pitch high and inside. Ethan Boyer still on the mound for the All-Stars. A bit of a lackluster inning for him. The last inning as the Tenderloins were able to score 2 runs. But he was able to get out of the inning without letting too much more damage occur. And we'll see how he does this inning. So far, already has 1 out and looking better than the last. As he delivers that pitch way outside for ball 4. And Haru Takekawa will take his base. And that'll bring Bryson Augustin up to bat. A pitcher for the St. Joe Tenderloins. Seven appearances out of him. He's got 18 innings on the season so far. And in those 18 innings, he has 17 strikeouts and is currently on 8.5 strikeouts for every 9 innings, as he is not able to beat out that ball. That'll be the 3rd out here for the Tenderloins with a double play. And we will be back with you after this half inning. We've got some nice sing-off, fireworks, and a t-shirt giveaway coming up. And we are back here with some Mink League baseball. All-Stars Tenderloins. All-Stars lead 7-3 as we go into the top of the 8th inning. It has been an odd night so far for the Tenderloins. We've seen a lot of players playing out of position. A lot of people that are not used to fielding and batting. But so far, it's been a good game. As Ryler, our rules analyst, will rejoin me in the booth, but this time with his own pair of headphones.
How is it going, guys? Mustangs Nation, how are we feeling?
It is a beautiful night here at Phil Walsh, Ryler. Pretty good crowd for a Wednesday night.
A win, specifically on the wins. On Wednesday's night, if Mustangs win, everyone in the stadium will be going home with free tickets tonight.
Hopefully the Tenderloins can claw back and bring this game within reach, hopefully pull ahead and give the fans here at Phil Welch some free tickets so they can come back to a Mustangs game. However, even if you're not able to get those free tickets, tickets here are pretty cheap.
As we mentioned a couple half innings ago, $9 tickets. That's $1 per inning. It doesn't get better than that. You get good quality baseball, and even stuff like this. Tonight was dollar admission into the game. We're getting a great day of baseball, and it's a beautiful night for baseball, and it just can't get better than this summer at Phil Welch.
Yeah, some fantastic baseball that we get to watch here. The Mustangs have not been as good this year as they've been in past years, winning the Mink League, of course, last year. But they are still 4th in the Mink League and have been a very productive team so far, especially here in July. As I talked about earlier, they are red hot currently in July.
Everyone loves an underdog story, Riley. We started out the season trying to do our best, and we were able to pull together in this July. We have been coming together with the American spirit after our 4th of July game that this whole Mink League loves to show. We are coming back, we are locked in, and we plan on taking that championship.
Yeah, the Mustangs will be looking to make a run here in July as we await the final week of the season with the playoffs. Currently, the Mustangs will be in the wild card slot, but depending on how their July goes, we could see them move into that divisional spot, be able to get a bye, which we've talked about. Sometimes teams would rather have a bye, sometimes teams would rather not. It just depends on whether or not you're out on a roll. But so far in July, the Mustangs have been on a roll, and I think they'll continue that here throughout July.
And we're going to be here until July, and we're going to end it. We're going to take it through August and the 1st of August and take that championship at the Welch. We'll be 11-time Mink League champions.
Yeah, Ryler, you were an intern last year, so you know a little bit more about the Mustangs stardom than I do. How was the championship run last year as from an intern's perspective?
From an intern's perspective, it was great. It made the energy in the crowd. Everyone was excited. Once we got to the championships, we started trying to go on as many road games as we can, bring in the crowd to support our guys and make sure our guys don't get down on themselves. And they've always got a crowd following them around. And that's just the way we're trying to keep morals high. We're trying to keep the season feeling good, because if we don't, then what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, Phil Welch usually draws a fantastic crowd, and I'm sure that will be no different here in July, especially as the Mustangs continue to get hot as we steamroll towards the playoffs.
I will say we do have a great fan base, and it is one of the best fan bases, not to dog on anybody else. No shade, no hate, no nothing to anybody else. But just from a worker's perspective, it is a great fan base to be able to see each and every night, whether that's us on the field playing, us in the booth, us in the crowd, or just if we get spotted outside. I've heard you had a couple of run-ins with Mustangs fans outside.
I've met a couple outside of the Mustangs game, met some around the St. Joe metropolitan area, and it's always nice to meet fans and to see that not only do the fans care about the work of the players on the field, but they also care about us interns here at Phil Welch. And
a swing and a miss, and that is going to retire the inning. And I will be right back, guys. Thank you.
yeah, I'll keep talking about what we were just talking about with the fans. The fans coming here to Phil Welch, bringing their energy here every night, not only does it just give the players something, but it really gives us interns something as well. It is always nice to see a wonderful crowd out here, and it just makes everyone from the staff to the players to the coaches to even the other fans, just allows them to feel appreciated and makes every game better. We will be back here after this half inning. We have the world's shortest mascot race, and I expect to see Mickey Mouse winning this race tonight, and we'll be back with you after this.
We're Donald, that's okay. We just got Mickey. Who needs Donald anyway? Mickey, stand right here. What's up, Goofy? Stand right here. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I've got Goofy in that one, closing down the season series on Mickey. Mickey, calm down. It's just a race. It's just a race, man. It's okay.
Back to you here at Phil Welch. A look from the on the field cam of that mascot race. I don't know where Donald Duck is tonight. He usually makes an appearance out here for the mascot race. Not out there tonight, as it was just Mickey Mouse and Goofy taking the win tonight. Unfortunately, my boy Mickey Mouse was not able to get the win. But as far as I know, he is currently the all-time leader this summer for the mascot race. Currently 7-3, All-Stars are in the lead. We're here in the bottom of the 8th as the Tenderloins will look to try to drum up some momentum and bring this game back within reach. As the pitch is delivered a little bit low and outside. That pitch is fouled off. Graydon Hammond, it looks like, in the batter's box for the Tenderloins. Now Graydon is another one of those pitchers on the Mustangs that we've seen quite a bit out of this season so far. 7 appearances for him, 19 innings pitched. And in those 19 innings, he's got 15 strikeouts, averaging a little bit under a strikeout per inning. Overall, he's allowing about almost 2 runners on base every inning, and that pop fly to shallow center will get him out. As we see the catcher for the All-Stars looks to be having some issues with cramps, I would presume. Number 7 for them, Lane Thornhill. He has been catching a little bit, took a hiatus during the middle of the game, and now he is back behind the dish there for the All-Stars. Count currently 2-0, just 1 out in the inning. Now 2-1 as the pitch is delivered. A little bit high and inside to Carson Coy. Count 3-1. And that pitch outside, that'll bring Coy to first base, and he will go to second. With that wild pitch, what a heads-up play out of Carson Coy. The young player, and very obviously knows his baseball. Heads-up play by him to pay attention to that wild pitch and know that he could make it all the way to second base. Now being in scoring position, that'll hopefully give the Tenderloins some momentum. Here in the bottom of the 8th, only 1 out so far. As that pitch is delivered once again, high and inside to Landon Reith. Now, we've seen a little bit of issues so far this inning from this pitcher of a lot of high inside pitches, and that bloop single will bring Carson Coy home, and he will score coming all the way from second base. He saw that the right fielder was just not in a super big hurry to react to that play, and once again showing off his speed, showing off his heads-up ability, and able to bring it in and score. That'll bring the game within 3 here at Phil Welch. 7-4, All-Stars still in the lead. And what a bloop single there from Reith. Now, after him, Owen Foster up to the plate. And Reith will go, but there is no one at second. He's able to steal the base standing. We talked a little bit earlier about stolen bases being a big thing for this team, and as we've seen this inning so far, once again, something that the Mustangs Tenderloins tonight are really able to take advantage of, pretty much from top to bottom. Even here on a night where it's not all of the normal players, we see some of these pitchers showing off their wheels. I would be interested to know who on the team is the fastest. And that wild pitch, fumbled by the catcher, will allow Reith to go to third. And now in excellent position to come in and score if Owen Foster could put this ball in play. Pretty much anywhere out of the infield, and more than likely Reith would be able to score from third. And he almost started to go, made it about halfway down the base path there before the pitch was delivered. Fortunately for him, third baseman was not playing very much on the base, so nothing to worry about there, as that pitch is inside. Count 2-2 for Foster. That pitch swung on, fouled off to the right. This count still 2-2. Well, we've talked multiple times this game and pregame about the streak the Mustangs are currently on. Tenderloins tonight, and there's strike 3 for Owen Foster. But the Tenderloins currently are red hot. As we've seen them so far in July, they are 5-1 on a 4-game winning streak. I don't know if this weekend we will count this game as a true game, win or lose, towards that winning streak, as a lot of players are playing out of position, and this is just more of an exhibition game for fun against the All-Stars. That pitch just close enough to the plate on the outer edge. Brings the count to 0-2. And that pitch swung on straight to the first baseman, and that will retire Luke Howard and finish out the inning with the third out. Well, the Mustangs were able to get 1 run in that inning to bring the score a little closer, 7-4. The Tenderloins only losing right now by 3. As we head to the top of the 9th, opportunities are dwindling for the Tenderloins to come back in this game. We'll see if they can hold down the fort here on defense to hopefully give themselves an opportunity to come back and win the game here in the upcoming 9th inning. We'll be back after this break.
6-5. You just won $439. Remember who drew that hit? 886-865. $439. Tonight's attendance, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. We'll get it back. Here's tonight's attendance.
Back here in historical, wonderful Phil Welch on a Wednesday night. Talked a little bit about the crowd. Tonight's official attendance, 1,635 loyal Mustangs fans. Probably some St. Joe All-Star fans as well here in the Phil. Phil the Welch, as we like to say. Looks like we've got a new pitcher here for the Tenderloins. If I'm not mistaken, that is Charles Stevens on the mound. Now, Charles is a guy we talked about a little bit pregame. He has been red hot recently. So far on the year, he is batting .250, getting on base at a .352 clip, and slugging .364. Now, those numbers aren't anything crazy, but recently the guy has been on fire with the rest of the Mustangs team here in July. Charles just recently had a 3-hit performance in Nevada on Monday in that 16-4 win for the Mustangs. And he's a guy that we talked about pregame, wanting to watch here as we get into July and just really seeing what he can do.
Now, here's a guy. Kind of reminds me of Patrick Mahomes. He's got the hair like Mahomes. He's got an arm like Mahomes.
He does. Charles is a guy that we have not seen get to pitch yet, not usually a pitcher, usually out there in the outfield. I'll be interested to see what kind of heat he has tonight.
I love to see a position player step up on the mound and get to throw in some and show off some potential that not many people knew that he had.
Number 33, Austin Burnham, at the plate for the All-Stars as that pitch is delivered. Count 1-1. A bit of a funky stance here for Burnham, holding his bat a bit high and out there.
A funky stance and some funky music, because that white boy knows how to play it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he does.
Play that
Ryler,
funky music, white boy.
my partner here for the inning, our rules analyst. Do you have any more foul tips for us?
I'll let you know as soon as they get one.
Okay. Waiting for the next foul tip. Strike 3. Charles Stevens with his first strikeout on the year. Strikes out Burnham.
Potentially, I don't know if we have this information, Charles Stevens' first strikeout of his career.
Could be.
I don't know if this is his first time
Don't
pitching.
know if he's ever played pitcher. I would assume so, probably in
I could have
Little
went
League.
pro if I never had a knee injury.
Yeah.
Not true. I didn't play high school baseball.
Well, Ryler, if you did, I'm sure you'd be out here, but it's all right. We need you in the booth anyway.
I've got a very similar build to Bryson Augustin. let me know how big you think I am, and just let's keep the ball rolling, if you know what I'm saying. And he hammers one. Foul.
You got a foul tip for us, Ryler?
I do got a foul tip. If you can't hit off a position player, just hit off of them. You know what I'm saying? That's the best tip. Just start hitting off of them. Strike two.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. For guys that are usually seeing absolute heat from the plate, pitches in the upper 80s, upper
And
90s.
another strikeout for Charles Stevens. Sorry for interrupting you.
That is 2 on the inning for him so far. We'll see how many he can get this inning and to close out the game. But yeah, you would think for some of these hitters, it would be a little bit easier to hit on these position players. Most of them are probably throwing a lot slower.
Strike!
A lot less meat on these pitches compared to the actual pitchers. And there's strike 2 from Charles Stevens.
Charles Stevens lighting up the box right now.
I really shouldn't say anything because we are seeing Charles light it up. These pitches have got some heat on them.
He might think about making a switch in positions this season.
That pitch just outside.
Stayed
Yeah,
a
with the
little
next
too
time the
soon.
Mustangs need a bullpen pitcher, they might look to call Charles instead of one of the actual pitchers. If he can put on a performance like he's put on so far in this inning,
I will say it's a better performance.
It
than
could
we've
be
seen
electric.
compared to a Chris Springs performance.
as that hit will get past both the third baseman and the shortstop. Carson Coy not able to field that one.
The defense not helping out Stevens.
Charles Stevens out there. He's putting in the work, man. I will say this is the best I've seen a position player pitch in a long time.
That much is true. Number 20, Andrew Bruner with that hit. As we're trying to stay awake, some of us up here in the booth. Not me, I am dialed in with this
Your friend
Tenderloins
lost the
All-Stars
mascot
game.
race?
My friend, I had a lot of money on him. I had a lot of money riding on Mickey. And I think it was BS personally.
Apparently, Jackson Myers is taking sports betting on mascot races.
Yeah, Mickey had it all the way. I'm pretty sure it was rigged because I'm pretty sure Mickey crossed it first.
Jackson, what was the deal? Where was Donald Duck there? Usually he comes out.
Well, the explanation that I have for you cannot be said on stream, I do not believe. So
Okay.
some things were happening, and I believe that Donald possibly was involved in some sort of illegal activity where he could not come out and participate.
Okay, so some delinquency from the Duck.
Donald
Out
was
there in
riding
center
into
field.
the sunset with Daisy. Let's just put it that way, guys.
Not able to make an appearance tonight. Hopefully we see him throughout the rest of the weekend during the mascot race.
I would like to compare Donald Duck to a young Trevor Bauer. And that will be retired.
Not a
from
great
the-
comparison for Donald
Man
Duck
back.
there. As that pitch is hit to shallow center, popped up, and the Tenderloins able to get the third out as they will bring it now into the bottom of the ninth. We will see if they are able to complete this rally as those Mustangs interns down there in front of home plate. They're going to try to rally the crowd and bring some life into this stadium here. We'll be back with you for the bottom of the ninth after this. Jackson Myers with myself, Riley Everett, back up here in the booth. We've got some Let's Go Loins chants to bring us into the bottom of the 9th here in Phil Welch as we look to see if the Loins can rally.
Only a 3-run deficit here, and the first warm-up pitch that we've seen has not been great, to say the least. That was skyrocketed over the catcher's head, so it's looking that the Loins might have a chance here in the bottom of the 9th to at least make a stab at a comeback here.
Yeah, the Loins have shown promise here in the later innings. They were able to get one last inning and then 2 runs a couple of innings ago. In the 6th inning, it looks like. We'll look for them to show some more fight here in the bottom of the 9th.
As they continue to warm up here.
Number 32, Sebastian Coleman, looks like he is the next batter up for the Tenderloins. Usually a pitcher, but we'll see what he can bring to the table here in the batter's box for the Tenderloins. He'll look to get the Loins rolling here in the bottom of the 9th as they'll try to come back, bring back that 3-run deficit. With or without a rally here in the bottom of the 9th, it's been a wonderful game here at Phil Welch. Wonderful crowd for a Wednesday night, and it's just been a fun game. Getting to see some of the players that do not normally play where they're playing tonight and just have a little bit of fun here as a team.
Hopefully a little bit of fun also involves the Loins coming back here. As obviously, you don't have to have fun to win. But nonetheless, to say that it has been a fun night here at Phil Welch Stadium, even though you could say this hasn't been a, quote, real game, as that pitch is grounded directly to the shortstop, might beat the throw. The throw just beats him for the first out, and then the throw back to shortstop is thrown into left field.
Once again, a bit of lackluster defense. It fortunately happened after the play for the All-Stars. But I shouldn't talk too much about their defense, as they are currently ahead of the Loins.
I mean, they are. I mean, I think it all comes down to the 3-run homer that we saw in the 5th or 6th inning here before I had to go and take a break. But I am thankfully back now as that pitch is fouled off to the right side.
Jackson Turner up to bat. Now, Jackson's a guy that I actually went to college with last year at North Central Missouri College. I know that he is now transferring to Metropolitan Community College, but this is a guy that I've been able to get to know a little bit at college. We lived in the dorms together. He was not my roommate, but he was my next door neighbor. Him and a guy named Cooper Burrington lived right across the hall, and I have a plethora of stories to tell, potentially.
Does any of the stories involve him having a good eye because he's taken the last 2 pitches for balls?
I have not seen him take any swings at the plate. He was only a pitcher at North Central Missouri College.
Is that call getting boos from the crowd? That was called a strike. It looked to be outside from our POV at least.
Count is 2-2, and I'm looking for a big hit here from Jackson.
We have to get somebody on base to at least start the rally. The pitcher.
Okay, that pitch hit a slow roller to first base, and
steps on the bag.
Unfortunately for Jackson, that is not going to work out for the Tenderloins, as there are now 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
We are down to our last out here. I am very surprised at the defense that the All-Stars have put up today. There were certainly some times, as they are an older team, where their age showed, as there were some base hits that got under some gloves that maybe didn't have the range to get to, but overall has been a pretty strong performance, only holding the Loins to 4 runs. However, you could argue that the lineup is made up of pitchers, which also may have played a factor, and the morale declined since the interns were not allowed to participate in the game. But we are here down to our last out. The count's now 2-0 0.
Yeah, the Tenderloins will look to their Japanese player, Haru Takekawa.
As he takes that outside for ball 3, now 3-0. Are you giving him the green light here to swing, or are you taking this to get a base runner?
I think you've got to take it to get the base runner. 2 outs, not the time to be risky.
So we'll see what he does here. Here's the pitch. On the
As
outside,
he will
called
take that
strike. It looked like he wanted to swing at that, triggered just a little bit, but here we go. Now in a 3-1 count, has to protect the plate just a little bit. Does have one extra pitch. Here's the pitch, and that is way outside. We do have our first base runner of the inning.
Ball 4 for Haru. As we said a couple innings ago, he was the player of the game on 4th of July. A little bit unorthodox to have a Japanese player. However, Japan is one of our biggest allies. I know I saw videos all over YouTube, all over social media in general, of some of the 4th of July celebrations in Japan, and it looked like they had some fireworks shows of their own to celebrate the U.S.'s 250 years of existence.
And there he goes, taking off from first, and he will get in there with no throw.
Able to steal that base,
Haru.
standing.
And holding up his hands at second, making sure the dugout knows. Might even try to steal third here, taking a pretty decent lead over at second. But I did see some of the fireworks, as Riley mentioned, in Japan, and they rivaled the Mustangs fireworks show for sure, as that is taken outside for another ball. The count's 2-0. But hopefully the Loins can get another base runner here so the tying run can at least come to the plate.
Bryson Augustin batting. That pitch way outside for ball 3.
So again, I think you have to take here if you're at the plate just to get another base runner to allow the tying run to come to the plate. However, we'll see what happens as that's the pitch. Swung on as fouled back.
Straight to the roof of Phil Welch Stadium. Tristan Rickle is the pitcher for the All-Stars right now, number 19. And so far this inning, it looks like he's kind of wanting to avoid the strike zone. A lot of pitches that are going outside. More than likely trying to keep the Mustangs from swinging.
Oh, Haru there.
Haru will get past the third baseman and shortstop, allowing
some incredible base running there by Haru Takamura.
Allows Haru to score. Avoids that hit as he's trying to run to third, and then as the hit goes under the legs of the defender, he's able to come in and bring a run home. That'll bring tonight's game to 7-5.
The 7-5, the tying run has now come to the plate. We have a base runner at first. I would chalk that up. All of that comes down to Haru there as he was getting his lead off of second. He was running to third and actually stopped and hesitated in the ball's path. Sorry, that is Haru Takakawa.
We've been informed
he
that
hesitated in front of the ball, and that, I think, confused both defenders as they couldn't see the ground ball coming towards them, and that allowed the ball to squirt through both the shortstop and third baseman, allowing the run to come across. But now, hopefully, we're able to continue this 2-out rally, but we are now in a hole 0-2 with 2 outs.
Graydon Hammond up to bat. He fouls that pitch off to the right. Watch out. Those of you that parked close to the stadium, your car could be in the danger zone.
I wish we had the press box read for the insurance company, but we do not.
We do not. That pitch high for ball 1. Bring the count to 1-2.
The pitcher also has an unorthodox pitching style. He brings the ball way back there and then kind of launches it almost like a catapult towards home. And that's called strike 3. That looked to be outside and low. But that will be your ball game.
Much to the dismay of the crowd here at Phil Welch.
It seemed like a lot of people disagreed with that call as well, as there were a chorus of alarmed shouts and boos. However, that will be your ball game. The final score will be 7-5. All-Stars taking that one against the Tenderloins.
Well, Jackson, before we wrap this up, I've got a couple things I want to talk about. First off, I just want to thank you for coming up here with me, announcing this game. Something that I personally have never announced a game for. I don't know about you.
I've never announced either. This was a great time.
A great experiment for us, and I personally have had a blast up here. I think that I might try to make the move up here at least one more game potentially before the Mustangs season is over.
That would be awesome. I definitely agree. I will be down to announce with you. Thank you for having me up here as well. There were some points, definitely could have not talked as much. I'm a little bit of a yapper. I'm known to yap, but you know, I thought it was very fun. Unfortunate the Loins couldn't come away with a win today. But then again, if you're in the chat, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. And also, another shameless plug, make sure, if you've enjoyed listening to me and Riley yap, to go and check out the Out of the Stable podcast on the Mustangs YouTube channel. As Riley will talk some ball with me and Will, and also Grayson on there as well. We talk about all sports and Mustangs, so go ahead and check us out there. But I think that kind of wraps things up for today here at Phil Welch Stadium.
Yeah, a wonderful performance out of the All-Stars as they are able to score 7 on the Tenderloins. I do just want to point out, Josh Avenis, I think is how you say that name. I may be completely butchering it, but I do want to give him his flowers. In the top of the third, he was able to get a 2-run homer with Dan Montgomery scoring. And then when he came around to bat in the top of the 6th, he got another homer deep out there to left field.
Homer twice.
He was able to get a 3-run homer there. Andrew Brunner and Dan Montgomery scoring once again on that one.
Single-handedly winning the game for the
5 runs, all basically from Josh, and a performance out of him that the All-Stars are going to be very thankful for. Now, your Tenderloins, this is their last game tonight of the season, but your Mustangs will play tomorrow night, July 9th, against the North Missouri Natties. They will be in Kirksville for that game. Those teams last played July 1st, where the Mustangs were able to pull out a 6-0 win that started off their hot streak in July. After that, the Mustangs will come back here to Phil Welch on Friday night, July 10th, versus the Nevada Griffins. That'll be a rematch of Monday's game, where the Mustangs were able to win 16-4. July 11th on Saturday, the Mustangs will be back here at Phil Welch against the Joplin Jailbirds. That will be a rematch of the game a week ago on the 4th of July, where the Mustangs were able to win 9-0 off of that star performance by Haru Takekawa.
And I would argue another star performance from him here tonight, showing off not only his poise on the mound, but also some great base running skills. As I attribute that run that they scored in the bottom of the 9th completely to him, as he confused the shortstop and third baseman. So very talented player here from Japan. Great to have him here. But I think that will pretty much wrap things up. We will see you hopefully at the ballpark on Friday and Saturday as the Mustangs return. Both 7 o'clock starts, I believe. And we will hopefully see you at a game pretty soon.
Yeah, once again, I'm Riley Everett. With me,
I'm Jackson Meyer.
And we are the announcers tonight for your St. Joseph Tenderloins. We want to say thank you for tuning in. We know the game was not the result we maybe had hoped, but a wonderful game nonetheless.
As they say,
wonderful night here at Phil Welch, and we've still got an action-packed weekend coming up. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow your Mustangs throughout the rest of the summer as we keep rolling towards the playoffs in late July. One more word here from Ryler.
Last word, just to send out everyone to good night. We are out!
Thank you very much for tuning in. We are your St. Joseph Tenderloins.